Good morning. This is the Board of Appeals, Town of Hempstead, May 22nd, 2024, 9:30 meeting. Will everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
I do. For the people who have not been here before, we conduct the meetings as follows. First, we call any adjournments, if there are any. Then we'll go through the calendar. The protocol we follow is the applicant makes their case. Then, if there are any objectors, we hear the objectors, and then the applicant is given the opportunity to respond and close. The meetings are videotaped. We have a court stenographer. If you'd like to review them in the future, you're free to do so. Some decisions will be made today, others will not be made for different reasons. All right, Patrick?
Mr. Chairman, I do not have any applications for adjournment this morning.
Okay.
First, we have case 32824 near Westbury Museum of Urban Arts. Amusement ride special event duration June 12, 2024 through June 16, 2024, also known as 1500 Old Country Road. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Let's see the diagram.
State your name and address for the record.
Okay.
Good morning,
Good
Chair,
morning.
members of the board. Richard M. Bavone, 308 East Meadow Avenue, East Meadow, appearing as the agent for the Museum of Urban Arts, holding an event at the Lesso Mall, which is located at 1500 Old Country Road, which is in Westbury. It's the corner of Old Country Road and Merrick Avenue. The dates that they're requesting are Wednesday, June 12th, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., Thursday the 13th, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., Friday the 14th, noon to 11 p.m., Saturday the 15th, 12 noon to 11 p.m., and Sunday the 16th, noon to 11 p.m. The event promoter is Bob DeStefano of Dreamland Amusements. They have 15 rides that are being proposed, located in the northeast portion of the mall parking lot with ample additional parking for patrons for the mall. There will be on-site portable toilets for people attending the event. There will be no alcohol served at this event. All music will cease at 10 p.m. Sanitation on the property is managed by Dreamland Amusements, along with private security on-site for the event. Nassau County PD has issued a letter indicating that they will staff this event when the town issues the approval. Food vendors are required to secure food service permits from the Nassau County Board of Health. Dreamland's Amusement also contacts New York State Department of Labor to inspect all the rides prior to the opening of the event. The Museum of Urban Arts is considered a 501c3 charitable organization. Monies raised by this event will be for operating expenses of the museum. As part of the event, they will provide art display with hands-on teaching of the arts to the patrons attending the event. This is their third year holding this event in this parking lot, and we're respectfully requesting an approval.
Any questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I would just make a motion that case 328 of 2024, the Museum of Urban Arts, with an event to be located at 1500 Old Country Road near Westbury be approved as requested.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed
Have a
and
nice event, Mr.
abstentions?
Pavone.
Thank you very much and have a good day.
Two.
Next, we have case 138324, Belmore, Kiwanis Club of the Belmores. Amusement rides, special event, duration June 7th, 2024 through June 9th, 2024, with tents, also known as Town of Hempstead parking lots B2 and B3.
Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Deborah Izzo. It's 1867 Newbridge Road, North Belmore, 11710.
Morning.
Good morning, members of the BZA. I come before you today as a representative of Kiwanis International, the Kiwanis Club of the Belmores, and Carol's Kitchen. As you know, the Strawberry Festival that was held for excess of 30 years in Belmore is no longer in existence because of COVID and the sale of the BOCES school. This is our second year holding a fundraiser at the Long Island Railroad Station, and we ask you that we be permitted to hold the fundraiser on June 7th through 9th using Lot B3 for the carnival. I have done my due diligence. I have notified the Board of Health and received a permit, Nassau County Police Department, Belmore Fire Department, Department of Sanitation. We've arranged for porta potties and security. Music will stop before 10 p.m. and under the directions of the Town of Hempstead bylaws, no alcohol will be sold. We ask the hours of operation be Friday from 5 to 11 p.m., Saturday 9 to 11 p.m., and Sunday is 9 to 9.
That's 9 a.m. to...
9 a.m. to 9 p.m., yes. Sorry.
That's okay.
Blue Sky Amusements is the carnival company that has been contracted to do it. 18 rides will be set up. They have several food vendors of their own. Rides are to be inspected the day, Friday before they open.
As I understand it, you're only going to utilize Lot B3 if this is granted?
Yes.
Not B2, so we'll amend the
Correct.
caption to eliminate Lot B2.
Yes, please.
If you said it already, I apologize. What, number one, will there be any music?
Yes, there will. Music will be done and open before 10 p.m.
Okay, great. And I know you spoke to notifying the precinct and the health department. Did you speak to the sanitation and cleanup?
Yes.
Okay, it's-
Sanitation's been arranged also. Dumpsters, cleanup, and boxes.
And as it relates to sort of security, whether or not it's like uniform people, or do you have people, like, for example, wearing at least a shirt that says security, like all red shirts or whatever? You have some sort of security set up?
Yes, I'm sorry, my brain just went blank. The name of the security company, Atlas? Yeah, get twisted. Yes, Blue Sky has hired private security to walk the carnival grounds while they're open.
Now, this is the second year, right?
Yes,
Did you have any troubles last year and your first year?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Did I miss it? How many rides are you going to have? If-
Maximum of 18.
Max 18. And I believe that's your case?
I'm sorry?
Is that your case?
Yes.
Okay, we have some people who are here, one interested and one opposed. Would you, any of you like to step up to the podium?
If everyone who wishes to speak could be sworn in at the same time. Patrick?
Patrick, someone is missing. We have 3 people who are about to speak, only 2 of whom have signed in.
Yes, hi, I represent the Belmore Movies at 222 Pettit Avenue.
Your name, sir?
My name is Henry Stamfel,
And your address?
222 Pettit Avenue,
Did you say the Belmore Movies?
the Belmore Movies.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. The Belmore Movies is one of the oldest businesses probably in the town of Hempstead. We're constantly competing with these events that are happening in front of our business. And I'm just wondering how we could somehow work together so that it's not impacting my business. On this particular weekend, I have a major rental. And although we show movies, we also do a lot of rentals for children's shows. We do a lot of things, and there's a major rental on that day. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks before, we're trying to figure out how I could support this, because I think it's a good cause, but also not impact my business.
When you say a major rental, are you referring to the theater itself?
Yes, that's how we generate a lot of our business. We're a single movie house. We're the only single movie house on Long Island.
Right, so you're saying that on that day, someone has rented your space to have some sort of function?
All day. She rented it all day. So she has a number of shows. It's the School of Rock.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so when you say you want to work together so it doesn't impact you, and what do you mean? Your people want to park in the same spots they want to use? Or?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know Debbie tries her best to provide parking for us, but it's still stressful and confusing for parents coming in and out. And
Oh, wait, I know it seems obvious to you. So, is it, you both want to have events that day. They want to use a parking lot that they got permission to use, apparently. So what you're saying is, you need the spots she needs, I mean, be a little clearer rather than generic.
the carnival takes over the whole area. And it's not a through street anymore on Pettit Avenue, because she does have to shut down a certain amount for people to cross over. So it's not a through street anymore. So they can't come, they have to come in through Center. They have to be guided in. And it's just, I can't lose these rentals over all these different events that people choose to use in front of my business constantly. It's not only just, it's the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce takes up 2 weekends. They take up a weekend in which they use and a second weekend for a rain date, and I can't book on those 2 weekends. Now we have Kiwanis that wants to come in, and before you know it, they're gonna want a rain date, so that'll be 4 weekends. And then who else wants to come in? The fire department uses the parking lots. Look, I can't stop them from using the parking lots, I guess, but somebody's gotta be considerate of the businesses that they're affecting. And I just feel that, I don't know where to go with it. I just don't know where to go with it. So I'm trying to run a business. I'm not trying to trample on anybody else's hopes or what they want to do, but I want to run a business. I don't know why this particular event could have been moved all the way down to the end, to the easternmost parking lot. That's always empty. But again, it's just in front of my business, in front of my business. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to operate a business. Think about it. How do I rent, especially with notification like this, how do I rent my business to people? And then all of a sudden, there's an event of which we only have a week and a half, 2 weeks notice. I mean, this is what...
Can I ask you, what is, if not for the moment, for future reference at least, the parking lot to which you refer that is open all the time, what's that called? If you know, parking lot.
It's the train set. I don't know. It's the B2 or B3.
It's
B2 or
B4.
B3.
B4.
No, what?
Just,
I don't know the exact laws.
The empty lot to the west is B4.
B4, okay.
to the west or the east?
To the west is
Yeah.
B4.
B4.
Are you sure that's the lot you're referring to? Because I believe you said to the east.
Well, I'm looking at what they're utilizing, and I know that the rides have to go right now, and I was told that they have to go in those lots, which is right in front of our business.
Well, no, but separate from her event, the lot to which you refer, is always empty, you called it,
Oh yeah, I don't know the
Is
number
that
of that,
what-
but
but
that's
is-
all the way to the east. It's
east of you.
yes,
And all the way to the east is B2.
That's what?
it's on the other side of Belmore Avenue.
Okay, everyone can talk at the same time. You're talking about the lot all the way to the east.
Yes.
Patrick. I wish there was more of a map than this. Are there 3 there, Patrick? How many?
Let me see this. All right. Would you like to add anything else, sir?
I just feel that if we had more notification, we could work with any group. But that means like 6 months. This woman booked this back in February, I guess when they were walking around with signatures. But the thing is, we could work together, but it seems to me that this is the second time I've been here about not exactly opposing something, but opposing the way it's done. We literally have no time to make any changes. And I don't think that's fair to my business. And I know that these events help other businesses. So I'm reluctant to be here to do this, but I have to somehow save my business, my own business, protect my own.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You said you only found out about this a week and a half ago?
When we received this letter, I don't know when we received the letter, it was a couple of weeks ago, but this is when we're actually able to oppose it.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen. It's not gonna not happen. So, that's not fair to us. That's not fair.
We understand.
Get it. Next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Bruce Nelson. I'm a resident of Belmore for 35 years. I am a member of Congregation Bethlehem in Belmore. Okay. I run the Belmore Flea Market in conjunction with the Belmore Lions Club. On June 9th, I have a permit to utilize parking field B2 for the flea market. I have between 65 and 75 vendors that attend this event, and thousands of people come from as far away as Pennsylvania to utilize this field as a vendor or to shop there, okay? Parking lot B2 is west of Belmore Avenue to Bedford Avenue. The people that visit this flea market park in parking field B1, which is east of Belmore Avenue. They also park in parking field B3, which is west of Bedford Avenue. The Kiwanis Club proposes to run their event from the 7th through the 9th. I have vendors that show up there Sunday morning to utilize the field and park in the and set up their merchandise. I don't see how the Kiwanis Club could monitor the amusement park operators and things like that not to utilize parking field B2. In addition to that, the real question is how does this board approve two venues in parking lot B2 on the same date, June 9th?
Wait. I thought that their application is B4.
No.
According to the application here, it's to utilize fields B2 and B3.
B2 has been withdrawn.
Okay,
They're only utilizing B3.
okay. As I mentioned, the thousands of people that show up here for shopping on Sunday utilize parking field B1 and B3 to park their cars. By blocking off parking field B3 and the congregation Bethel using parking field B2, it's going to create a traffic hazard and safety concerns for everybody here. In the past, the Kiwanis utilized parking field B4, okay, which would allow for parking to take place in parking field B3 for both the amusement park as well as for the vendors. I don't have a problem with them using B4, but again, as it was mentioned, I was notified about a week and a half ago. I reached out to Rosemarie Santino, who assured me that the Kiwanis Club was going to make sure that both events are able to operate. I haven't seen a plan from the Kiwanis Club on how they propose to allow both venues to take place. I want this board to know that the 65 or 70 vendors that show up here, this is their livelihood. I've been doing this in this parking field for the better part of 20 years. I work with the Belmore Chamber of Commerce. I work with the Lions Club. We have seamlessly operated this event for, as I said, 20 years. The Kiwanis Club never reached out to us to explain what is going on, decided to submit an application and hopefully get this board to approve it before we even knew about it. And I find it very disconcerting that this is how this has gone about to be approved here. So based upon that, I object to the Kiwanis having this event in parking field B3. More than happy in the future to sit with them and come up with a plan that would be harmonious for all of us. Thank you. Any questions for me? Thank you.
I'm only trying to feed veterans and elderly.
All right. I'm sorry for the delay, sir, but please speak up.
Good morning. My name is
Morning.
Gene Judd. 2036 Belmore Avenue, Belmore, New York. I'm currently the president of the Chamber of Commerce of the Belmores. We have a conflict with this event, being that we also have a permit for parking areas B1 and B2 for Friday, June 7th, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We run a weekly car show that, on good weather, brings in 400 to 500 vehicles parked in the B2 lot. Additionally, we bring in spectators that park in B1 and walk through town. This running two simultaneous events will have a conflict within the town. There'll be very limited parking. The traffic and congestion potentially could be a nightmare. The other issue is the carnival comes to set up on Thursday night prior to the carnival operating on Friday. Therefore, the commuters who typically use the parking lot will not be able to park. They will have limited notice as to where else they have to park. They show up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, park their car, jump on the train, 2-3 minutes. Now they're gonna go into their regular spot, not have a place to park, more than likely park in the parking lot that's permitted for the car show, making it highly congested that we cannot run the car show. Typically, at 5 p.m., we have 50% vacancy in our lot to be able to begin our car show, and gradually commuters come. Now the overflow will completely fill our lot, preventing us from having our event.
Can you, I had to get a tablet.
Got it.
Can you tell me the days and times of the lot for the show itself? I think you mentioned 2 lots, and then the car parking information also.
Okay, so the cars that participate in the show are in lot B2, and we have it from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Friday night.
Hold on. 5 to 10 p.m. every Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
The spectators park in B1. So with B3 being closed for commuters, they are now going to have to go park in B2, making B2 completely full at the 5 p.m. Most people get out of work at 5 p.m. It's going to be highly congested and not enough parking spots for us to run our event. Additionally, this event was run last year, later in the year, in August, and the testimony that was given to this board was that this is a one-time event. Now this is the second year. The one-time event was due to COVID and due to fundraising. The Kiwanis Club is a great organization, and they're doing great things with their money, but that does not allow them to usurp other people's use and permitted use of the fields. I just don't think that going forward, we're setting a precedent for them to use the lot on an annual basis. They need to find an alternative location.
Thank you.
Can I just ask to the gentleman about the flea market? What day and times were those?
The flea market is on Sunday. Vendors essentially.
Wait, that's 6/9, right? And times?
The vendors start showing up by daybreak, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. They're setting up. The event runs till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, in which time I bring a cleanup crew in to clean up the parking lot. We have a dumpster there that gets dropped off late Saturday so that they can throw all their garbage out there. That's another concern, is that the arcade amusement park is using a dumpster that I pay $1,000 for. I don't see how that's going to be monitored and not utilize the dumpster that's there to clean up the flea market. They have to call the dumpster company to show up Monday morning with a second dumpster because of all the debris that was in there.
Okay. Thank you.
And then one other question to the gentleman with the movie theater. Hold on. Which parking lot is adjacent to your business? B2? And what is the hours that you, it's Saturday, the 8th? Okay, and what are those, you have it all day Saturday, I mean, you have this every weekend?
Well, I rent periodic. We have a number of rentals throughout the year.
Right.
So she rents all day and she has about 5 or 6 shows, but she brings it
Right, but it's what time to what time on Saturday?
8 a.m., 8 p.m.
And this weekend, it's only Saturday, you don't have a Sunday issue also?
I
Thank you.
Where's the sign-in sheet? The sign-in sheet. Ms. Izzo, would you like to say anything else? You have the opportunity to sum
Certainly.
up.
First, appearance by the chamber is quite shocking because Gene and I had discussed that we wanted to hold it on June 7th, 8th, and 9th, and he never said anything to me directly about any concerns for the Friday night car show. So their permit runs from April to October. I understand that it rains a lot and they're trying to raise money, but so is everybody else. And I do mean everybody else. Every not-for-profit, all 4 not-for-profits in Belmore that try and use these lots are all trying to raise money for good causes. According to the map and the site plan that you have in your possession, I do have my own dumpsters coming. I don't see people carrying merchandise or empty boxes across Bedford Avenue to get to his dumpster when we have 2 dumpsters coming for our own use. The street fair that's held in September closes lot B2, B3, all of Bedford Avenue, all of Broadway, and all of Pettit. Now, they're talking about the parking situation. If the street fair closes this many streets and lots, I don't understand why there is such a problem closing 2 lots and having all of these streets open.
Wait, 2 lots. Right now before us is only using lot
B3.
B3.
Yes, but B2 is already slated for Congregation Bethel.
It's already what?
Slated for use for Congregation Bethel.
Say that again?
But lot B2 is already slated for use for the flea market for Congregation
Oh,
Beth Or.
you didn't say flea market, so I didn't know how that
connected. One of their 16 publicized weeks. Okay, they have 16 weeks of use in that lot.
I mean, I think that's the point that the gentleman with the theaters was getting to.
Absolutely, and I have worked with Henry, and I spoke with Henry, and I will provide handicap parking on Pettit Avenue, very close to his business, and the lot that doesn't have a number, which is behind the fire department, is also going to be left open for the South Shore Arts and the movie theater for their events.
And if you, given that your request is for B3 only,
Yes,
the understanding I have is if it were approved, nothing, including food vendors, nothing could block the parking in the other parking.
oh, nothing.
Like I
will.
dropped my son at a street fair in Belmore Seaford a couple weekends ago, and while the events were in one part of the lot, they still have these white, I don't know, cell horses or whatever you call those things, like, you know,
Barricades.
barriers of a style. blocking off all the parking as if in the other lot, as if that parking was solely for the benefit of the carnival situation. So
Yes.
the people going to the other businesses, and myself included, trying to drop my son, I was blocked from going into this nearly empty parking lot, to be honest. So, I just want to be sure that, because the request was for 2 and 3, and now it's limited to 2, 3, I want to make, if it's approved, and I mean, I think there's some issues that have to be addressed, it has to be literally only in that lot, because
Absolutely.
so
I
many
will not
people
have
need
any
these.
barricades east of Bedford Avenue.
I noticed also that last year, no one picked up the permit for the event. What happened there? Who's in charge of that?
Last year was the first year John Scalisi had done a lot of the footwork, and we received the approval in the mail. I did not know, and I guess John didn't know either, that we had to physically come and pick it up. I've never done that when I did the chamber festivals.
When what?
I've never came and physically picked one up when I did the coordination for any of the chamber festivals.
No.
So
Just what's
I
highlighted
did
on
not
mine, too.
know that we physically had to come. I had always gotten an email.
When you conclude here, this is
Yes.
Mrs. Paradise. Mrs.
I know.
Paradise controls it. She knows this inside and out. Consult with her and she'll tell you the steps that are necessary so that
Thank you,
you'll follow that.
thank you. She's been of great help in trying
She's
to
a
get
very
things
nice
set
person.
up. Yep,
That concludes
she'll
your
straighten you out.
presentation, ma'am?
Yes.
That concludes it. Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I move the case placed, the case
1383.
be closed and case placed on the decision calendar.
Second,
Kind of flubbed that. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Next case.
You want to consult with her?
It's gonna be in a- Yeah. Cool. Where did Patrick go? Oh. All right, next case is case 329 of 2024, Carla Almorales and Hayden Henry. This is a renewal of a grant to maintain a 6-foot-high fence forward of the dwelling on Heatherfield Road, which may substantially obstruct the line of sight. It's known as 41 Heatherfield Road. There was an application for an appearance waiver, which we will grant. It is a renewal. The premises was inspected on March 11th, 2024, and the building department found that all previously imposed conditions have been complied with. Do I have any comments or questions from any of the board members? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I just need a moment, and I may or may not have a question or two. Let's see.
There's nobody here to answer your question.
Application for appearance waiver and renewal. Another question?
I am.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to reserve for the record an inquiry. In looking at the Google Earth, if you will, satellite image of the subject property, the 6-foot fence is solid and goes all the way to the street, and it abuts both the applicant's driveway and the neighbor's driveway. There might be a catty corner, it's difficult to see on one side, but at any rate, I'd like to reserve the option. There's no site plan in the file, so I'd like to review it, hold the case in reserve so I can review it
Fine.
to ensure that, and to determine what conditions, if any, were previously imposed.
We'll hold the case.
With that, Mr. Chairman, I'll close the case. I move that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. The applicant will be notified of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Next, we have cases 330 of 24 through 331 of 24, Baldwin, Taco Bell of America LLC, renewal of grants, maintain one menu board sign not permitted in conjunction with drive-through window, setback 15.17 feet from Grand Avenue, maintain one double-faced illuminated detached pylon sign, 49 square feet per face and overall size 98 square feet, overall height 20 feet, setback 2.71 feet from Willis Street and 2 feet from Grand Avenue, and located within the clear site triangle, also known as 1180 Grand Avenue.
Is that?
Good morning. Michael Zapson, Sir Tillman, Ballin, Adler, and Hyman, 90 Merrick Avenue, East Meadow, New York, 11554 for the applicant.
Good morning, Mr. Zapson.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is an application to renew a grant to maintain a drive-through. The Taco Bell is located on Grand Avenue in Baldwin. It's actually one of the best maintained properties in the area. I checked beforehand. We haven't received any complaints from any of the neighbors or anyone else with regard to the drive-through or the signage. It's well-designed, it's on a large piece of property. I have some pictures if you'd like, and I would request that the board grant the renewal of the application.
Okay. All right, the building department inspected the premises on November 27th of 2023 and found that all previously imposed conditions were being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Zapson?
I do not.
Okay. Any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would just move that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Zapson, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Next, we have cases 332-24 through 333 of 24, Wantagh, Taco Bell of America LLC, renewal of grants, maintain one double-faced illuminated monument sign, not permitted, setback 10 feet from front property line, maintain menu board sign and canopy with speaker, not permitted, in conjunction with drive-through window, also known as 1260 Wantagh Avenue.
Michael Zapson, Sir Tillman, Ballin, Adler, and Hyman, 90 Merrick Avenue, East Meadow, New York, 11554 for the applicant. Yes, this is an application for a renewal of a grant to maintain the drive-through and the appropriate signage. The Taco Bell is located on the west side of Wantagh Avenue in Wantagh. It's not your usual type property. It's actually an extremely wide and large piece of property there. It's one of the better maintained properties in the area. I checked before coming. We have not received any complaints from the neighbors or anybody else. The immediate neighbor is a bank. It's a commercial use also. I'm not aware of any issues with the drive-through. I have some pictures if you'd like, and I request a grant of the application.
If you'd like to offer them in evidence, we'll accept them.
It's the post office.
This property was inspected on March 15th of 2024 by the building department, and they found that all previously imposed conditions were being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Zapson?
No, sir.
Okay, any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Zaps, you'll be notified by mail of board decision once it's ready.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions?
Next, we have case 334 of 24, Oceanside, FRJ Oceanside Donuts, Inc., DBA Dunkin' Donuts, renewal of grant to maintain one double-faced illuminated ground sign, 72 square feet per face, overall size 144 square feet, overall height 19 feet 5 inches, setback 7 feet from Long Beach Road, also known as 2885 Long Beach Road.
Hi, my name is Fazlom. I live at 821 Eastgate, Valley Stream, New York. Good morning. I'm here because we're putting in a smaller pylon sign. We already had a pylon sign beforehand. We're putting in a smaller one that just says Dunkin' compared to Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, hold on. You're here to renew your prior grant of a sign that's of a certain size, which is 72
Square feet.
72 square feet with an overall 144 square feet and a height of 19 feet 5 inches, setback 7 feet from Long Beach Road. So can you tell us, you said it's smaller. Let's just go through each thing. What's the size you propose?
The size that
This is going to be a modification.
Yeah.
So it's 72 square feet is the overall.
Wait, say that again?
It's 72 square feet per face, overall 144 square feet.
Okay, that's the same size.
Same size.
Is it the same size?
According to what I have here, it says.
Did you just change the wording perhaps in the sign
Yes.
space?
It's the same pylon frame, it's just the sign on the top is different.
So nothing has changed except the wording?
Right.
Just the
No,
word.
but
No
but
more
the
sign.
size of the illuminated piece is smaller, he
Yeah,
said.
the side, yeah, so the top of the pylon is actually smaller than the old one.
Okay, so, wait a minute. Do we have a drawing? Did you submit any kind of drawing?
I believe they submitted everything, they just told me to be here to represent.
Okay, I found something here. I think it's the old one. Because this is actually a modification request. So let me do the rest of the pieces before. So, you said, did you say it's going on the same pole?
Yes, same.
Pole's not moving or changing?
No, the pole's the same.
And the height, the overall height used to be 19 feet 5 inches. When you put this new piece on, are you putting it as high up? Is the top the same?
Yeah, it's gonna be exactly the same top of the pylon pole.
No, maybe we're saying the same thing. Here's a pole, here's a sign. The sign used to be this fat. Now it's gonna be this fat. It's gonna be this fat here or this fat here?
It's exactly what you have right now.
So the overall height's lowering.
No, height is lower, correct.
This shows
How low?
15 feet tall.
So the pole's not changing, at least we know that.
The pole is the same, yes.
Because, as Mr. Pellegrini indicated, I'll just put it on the record. So the drawing in the file, which I believe is the drawing from the prior request and approval, shows the sign as having an overall height of 15 feet. This, by reference, is the one that says Dunkin' Donuts. That's why I'm confident it's your old sign or your existing sign. With a clearance underneath of 11 feet, the sign itself is 4 by 8, which makes it 32,
square feet.
with an overall of whatever that is, 64. So it seems to me the sign is, the existing sign and the proposed sign are nothing like the approved sign. Let me just check.
Can I see that, please? Thank you.
Maybe that was prior to the modification.
Says
64 feet.
Says 11-foot clearance, and it's totally 15.
Look at this.
So this is what I was given.
I know.
This is what they told me. Gotcha.
So,
you have a professional sign company that's gonna do the work, right?
Keep this stuff in. This is all they gave me.
We need a sketch. That's what we're pulling our hair
Yeah,
out.
this is all they sent me with.
Okay.
They only sent me with this affidavit.
I understand. I think what we need is, we need a sketch, a diagram as to,
Of the,
yeah, exactly. We don't have that on the file, and,
I was told by the guy that's handling the sign that everything was sent to you guys.
Yeah.
That's what I was told, so.
It appears that the diagram that we have in the file differs markedly from what the caption shows. So we're going to adjourn this case. Patrick, I would suggest that you get a diagram at the very least depicting what you propose, because, I mean, the existing sign may be very different, may be exactly the same as the one you propose, but it differs markedly from what we have in the file, right? Yeah, the file shows a 15-foot high pylon sign with 11-foot clearance that's about half the size of the one you propose. What's the earliest date we could put this on?
is the sign already up?
Yes.
It is up?
Yeah.
Okay.
September 25th,
At
11 o'clock.
9:30?
11 o'clock?
11 o'clock, September 25th at 11 a.m. And who's going to tell him what he has to do? Okay. Christina will advise you as to what you have to do.
Any other questions from you, or?
No.
Thank you.
Case is adjourned. Next case, 335 of 2024. Patrick, do you want to read it?
Yes, 33524 Oceanside, Robin Abrams. Variance lot area occupied, maintain one-story addition attached dwelling, also known as 21 Johnson Place.
Tina Pangallo, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. Good morning, Chairman and members of the board. I'm representing Robin Abrahams of 21 Johnson Place in Oceanside. The property is located on the west side of Johnson Place, 179.03 feet north of Esther Place in Residence B. We're requesting a variance to maintain a one-story addition that violates the lot coverage allowed of 27.5%. The lot coverage provided is 31.6%. The one-story is a 14 by 26 that provides a den, laundry room, and bathroom. The original house is a ranch with no basement and no second floor. This addition provided living space and an additional bathroom and laundry room for the family as it was growing. At the time, to do a second floor was too expensive, and they did not want to move the bedroom off of the first floor. Mrs. Abrahams is going to sell her house soon, and the addition has been there for at least 33 years. She had no idea there was no permit for it, as they hired a contractor to do it. And I would like to submit letters from the neighbors on both sides indicating they have no objections.
And that is the only variance you require, is that correct?
Yes, lot coverage, correct.
And at the time that that addition was done, 30 was allowable, so it was really only
1.6.
1.56.
Correct.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Any
thank you.
questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed and the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Pangallo, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you very much.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Next, we have cases 336-24 through 337-24, North Belmore. Bear Cadet. Special exception to maintain a shed exceeding horizontal maximum. Variance side yard, maintain 2 AC units attached to dwelling, also known as 1509 Pea Pond Road.
Thank you.
Lisa Koshia with Permits R Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I'm
Morning.
here representing Mr. Cadet, who wishes to maintain 2 AC units and a proposed shed.
Wait, it says this says maintain.
Yeah, it's the notice went out saying maintain, but the shed is not there yet. It's proposed to be built.
Is it the only shed? Is there any shed on the property?
There is no shed on the property, no. This property is located in a Residence B zone. The shed will have a horizontal max of 15 feet, where the required is 12 feet. This home has no garage, so my client needs the shed for storage. The AC units have a side yard setback of 1.35 feet and 2.25 feet, where the required is 5 feet. The AC units have existed for over 4 years and were there when my clients purchased the home. To my knowledge, there are no complaints on file. Mr. Cadet respectfully requests your approval.
Yeah. Not sure how you maintain a proposed shed, but
Yeah.
maybe we should.
Error.
Oh, okay. So we'll modify the caption, install. Any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Everything on the site plan depicted is true and accurate as far as you know? Have you been there?
Yes, I've been there. Yes, it's accurate.
The pool is,
You have it on Google?
this,
No.
There's no shed there now.
what is this stuff?
Just looks like,
Trampolines.
yeah, no.
Does it have? Yes, pool's closed out. I don't know.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Kachia, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we have cases 338-24 through 339-24, West Hempstead, David Rose. Use variance to construct accessory structure, pool house, higher and larger than permitted, exceeding horizontal maximum on both sides, and with lot area occupied variance. Maintain pool equipment not permitted in side yard and with less than required side yard setbacks, also known as 53 Wellington Road South.
How many conversations can we all have at the same time so that I can't hear a damn thing? Go ahead.
Good morning, members of the board, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ashley Lowe from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1560.
Can we hold it down, please?
Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here today representing for the owner, Mr. David Rose, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 53 Wellington Road in West Hempstead. We are here for variances as a result of an application for a proposed pool house and an application to maintain existing pool equipment in the side yard. We are here for an oversized accessory structure, which in this case is the pool house. The proposed pool house has a proposed lot coverage that is greater than the maximum allowed of 27.5%.
What is
Wait
a
a
pool
minute.
house? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, Joe.
What is a pool house?
It's just another word for the cabana. That was what
It's
the building
cabana.
department asked us to call
Does it
it.
have plumbing and showers and sinks and kitchens and
Does not.
all
No,
that good
no.
stuff that you could live in there if you got in trouble at home?
No,
Is that slides?
it just has a half bathroom, but does not
It
have
has
a
a half
shower.
bath.
Has plumbing.
Yes.
Can you go through the size of it? I know you know that.
That'd be a nice
Yeah.
idea.
The proposed lot coverage is 35.83%, for which we are requesting relief of 8.33%. Additionally, the proposed cabana is 439 square feet, where the maximum size allowed under code is 144 square feet.
How many?
439. For this, we are requesting relief of 295 square feet. The proposed dimensions are 22.67 by 19.33 feet, for which relief is required for 10.67 feet and 7.33 feet respectively. Lastly, for the cabana, we would like to increase the height from the 9 feet permitted to 10.75 feet, for which we require just 1.75 feet of relief. The enclosed area of the structure is only 209 square feet, which has storage for the pool supplies and toys, as well as lawn equipment. The other 230 square feet is open space, which will have an area for a barbecue and a sink to allow the Rose family to host, as they have kids and a very large family and prefer to spend most of their time outdoors. I'd also like to note that this lot is a substandard lot for a Residence B zone, where 6,000 feet is required, and the lot is only 4,203 square feet. Additionally, for fire rating, we are using 5/8 sheetrock on the inside and fire rated sheathing on the outside. The height of the pool house is just minimally over due to the aesthetic design that the client chose, as it is more of a modern one-direction pitched roof. For application 23-6692, we are requesting that the pool equipment be maintained in the side yard and that the setback be reduced from the 4-foot minimum to the existing setback of 1 foot, where relief is required for 3 feet. Mr. and Mrs. Rose previously filed for the pool permit in 2021 under application number 21-1007. However, the pool equipment was not included, just the in-ground pool and the enclosure was. At the time of filing,
Is the pool closed out?
yes. They have no, besides the 2 applications that are currently pending, they don't have any open permits. Does, yes, the structure that we're going for today and to maintain the pool equipment in the side yard.
Ms. Lowe, if the, without this proposed cabana pool house, what's the lot area occupied of the lot at this time?
25.39%.
25.39, and did you say you're in you're in Res B there?
Yes,
So you're under lot coverage right now,
yes.
and I suppose some thought was given to a less than 8% variance, like, hey, maybe we cut it back a little?
Yes. Originally, it was much bigger, but it didn't make sense due to the size of the yard.
No,
So it was cut back a little bit.
The area of the cabana that has the outdoor kitchen, I see it's not enclosed. Would your client, if the board were to consider approving some or all of this application, agree to a condition that that portion, no additional portion, including that, ever be enclosed?
Yes,
And with regard to, so the outdoor kitchen is, what we see as outdoor kitchens, a barbecue, a little under the counter,
Yes.
fridge, a sink, I get it. In the area that has the big bay doors, wherever you call those, open doors, that I assume envisions, I don't know, a couch, I see a TV in the outdoor kitchen. And also and then I see the half bath, a condition that the half bath never be enclosed. Now, I don't see a shower. It's funny, a cabana without a shower. That would be the one thing I would have thought they want for sure.
I guess based on the size of the cabana, we didn't want to make it where it looked like someone could live there. And that makes it in my opinion, much
And the
easier.
storage, that proposed storage, that kind of looks like a bedroom, what's that? Just,
For pool equipment, lawn equipment, the
Lawn-
yard is very
lawn
small.
furniture.
Yes. And to have somewhere to put the stuff,
oh yeah,
you
it's
know,
only 6 by 6 or
during the
something.
winter.
Yeah, about that,
Yes, 6 feet by.
maybe 7.
7.2. 7 foot 2 feet, 2 inches.
The search sheet printed June 27, 2023, does not show any permit, open, closed, or otherwise, for a swimming pool.
I think I have a copy of the permit. Hold on 1 second.
Is it inaccurate?
What's the roof?
I do.
Close out?
Oh, were you looking, oh, you gave it to him.
Yeah,
I have a
just
question.
give them a copy of the permit.
If you said it, I apologize.
okay.
What about heat and air conditioning? None?
No.
No heat, no AC? And any condition to that effect would be acceptable?
Yes.
So there's just the plumbing for the bathroom and the sink, lighting for electrical?
Yeah.
Okay. I said no, I asked about no expansion of no enclosure of the kitchen, but also a condition, if, would it be agreeable, if it were approved on this size or any other, no future expansion of the structure
Yes.
anyway, and no further enclosure of any portion of the structure.
I think it would also be too big. The yard is very small, so yes, I
Yeah,
would
but
absolutely
like,
agree to it.
it's not that difficult or uncommon for someone to go, oh, you know what, let's just enclose.
Oh, absolutely.
That the roof, there's a fairly significant soffit, so if you enclose that and the kitchen, all of a sudden you have an apartment.
Yes, literally, yes, I understand. Yes, they would be agreeable to that condition, absolutely.
Since that piece of paper that you just submitted shows a permit for the pool, but the search sheet does not, I think it would be prudent for you to submit an updated search, all-inclusive.
Okay.
My recommendation as one board member would be to keep it on reserve until we get that submitted. I mean,
Okay.
you could go up there right now and, I don't know how long it takes them to do a search.
It depends on the day.
It's Wednesday.
I meant like
I know what you
how
mean.
busy they are.
Joe, under the overhang on the exterior. You should have closed it. Looks like the whole kitchen. That's why they don't want it
Yes,
enclosed.
the client did say that it was closed. I mean,
You could probably-
due respect, it's not the first time that the search sheets
I
come
was
back
saying,
wrong.
I would have thought the issuance of this would have triggered the closure of the permit in the search sheet records.
Yeah,
you know.
it's not on there at all, actually. I just checked my own as well. But if I can go get a search sheet and, proof that it was closed out, could I come back down and submit that right away? Okay.
And it's probably better for you, like, the fact that it's not, you wanted the document short.
Any other questions from the board?
Move that,
Not, do I have a motion?
move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Lowe, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you.
All in favor? And opposed? Nicholas Capuccio.
Next, we have case 34024 West Hempstead to Martin Eaton Etherfield. Variance lot area occupied, construct addition attached dwelling, also known as 259 Windsor Lane.
This is not the case.
Nicholas Capucci, C-A-P-P-U-C-C-I. I work with Todd O'Connell Architects, 1200 Veterans Highway, Suite 120, Hauppauge, New York.
Good morning.
Chairman, members of the board, good morning.
Morning.
So I'm here on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Ehrenfeld. We are here constructing a rear addition, one-story rear addition to the dwelling, which puts us over lot coverage.
Okay.
Lot coverage on a residence B zone is 27.5%. We are requesting 31%. We are on a undersized lot. We are about on a 5,000 square foot lot, which kicks us over that percentage. The rear addition is a one-story lot. Sorry, it's a one-story addition, not two stories, so only one story high. I did do all the mailings, and I do have some green cards in return that I just want to submit.
Say that again, you did do, oh, all the
The
mailings.
mailings, I just want to submit the green cards.
Should we take a break? Want a break? We'll accept those. That concludes your case. The only variance you're looking for is lot area occupied, correct?
Correct, lot area occupied. We will meet the setbacks in every way, the side yard aggregate, building height, and everything else. We will meet all the setbacks.
Okay. Any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion? Sure. Lot area occupied, 31% versus 27.5.
Sir, has that shed been removed yet?
No, it's gonna be removed part of the application. So it will be removed, once we get the permit and before we close out and get a CO, the shed will be removed.
Okay, thank you.
Chairman, I move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Sir, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Next, we have cases 34124 through 34324 Levittown. Sam Pecora. Variance, side yard, maintain AC unit attached to dwelling. Special exception to maintain accessory structure, BBQ island, exceeding horizontal maximum and with less than required side yard setback. Maintain 8-foot-high fence, also known as 122 Hamlet Road.
Lisa Koshia with Permits Arrest, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good morning again, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I'm here representing Mr. Pecora, who wishes to maintain and legalize a barbecue island and 8-foot fence. I'd like to make a note that a mistake was made on the site plan. After I visited the property, I saw that the AC unit is not located on the side of the house, but rather in the rear of the house behind where the garage is. The location would not require a variance where it's presently located, so I'd like to take that off of there if possible. We can update the plot plan and submit a new one to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're withdrawing your request, your first request, case 341, which is to maintain the AC unit attached to the dwelling.
Correct, just that portion of it.
Correct.
This property is located in a residence LPRD zone. The barbecue island has a horizontal max of 14.2 feet, where the required is 12 feet, and a side yard setback of 1 foot, where the required is 2 feet. The 8-foot fence is only in the section behind the barbecue island, and my client uses it for privacy. My client has spoken to his neighbor that's on the side of that 8-foot fence, and they do not have any objections to it. Mr. Pecora respectfully requests your approval.
So the so just so I'm following. Okay, so the 8-foot fence is literally almost only, not just that whole site, nearly, it's limited almost exclusively to running along the barbecue. And
Right.
it drops back to a 6-foot as soon as they,
Correct, it's like literally a 14.2 feet, the
Linear
same
feet, I
length
see.
as the barbecue island.
okay. And the neighbor most affected is in favor of that fence remaining. I understand why.
Correct.
Behind the garage, there looks like an L-shaped structure. I don't know what that is. And then also behind the house, there looks like 3, I don't know, tents or something like that. What is?
The only thing they had back there was like a children's play structure with a slide and a couple of swings. I saw that in the back.
And then, could you show us this with these guys on it? Whoops.
That looks
Great.
nice, that barbecue area.
It's very nice.
I need one of those tarpy things.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Did you have any questions?
She's gonna answer a question.
Okay.
Definitely not there. No. Yeah. No. I didn't see that. You know, I was at this yesterday. I didn't even see that. Yeah.
They're like, I looked into mine.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Kochia, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you.
Follow up the page. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Stephanie, how are you doing? You okay? All right.
Next, we have case 34424 near Valley Stream, Red Beer, K or variance, average front yard setbacks on Edwards Boulevard, construct dwelling, existing dwelling to be demolished, also known as 961 North Fletcher Avenue. We have you signed in from earlier, just your name and address again for the record.
Sure. Lisa Koshier with Permits R Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. I'm here representing Mrs. Cower, who wishes to construct a single-family dwelling. This property is located in a Residence B zone. The proposed dwelling is situated on a lot that runs from North Fletcher to Edwards Boulevard. The average front yard setback on North Fletcher is 23.9 feet, and we are proposing 25 feet, so that is in compliance. However, the average front yard setback on Edwards Boulevard is 23.4 feet, and we are proposing 21.87 feet, which is a minimal difference of 1.53 feet. Mrs. Cower is looking to build her dream home for her family and respectfully requests your approval.
So one less than 2 foot front yard setback and no additional variance.
Yes, correct.
Maybe this is built home.
Thank you.
This one there. It's gotta be garage here. Still, right. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Kachia, to be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's read.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seifert.
Next, we have cases 345-24 through 346-24. Seaford, Christine Carollo. Variance, a rear yard setback, construct addition and garage, both attached dwelling. Maintain accessory structure, shed with less than required side and rear yard setback. Also known as 673 Bryan Lane.
Oh.
Oh, sure. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Name and address
I turned it off.
for the record. Yeah.
Good morning. Hi, William J. Cohen, AIA. I represent Mr. and Mrs. Corolla, and they're at 673 Bryan Lane in Seaford.
You want to adjust that? You keep fading it out.
Fading in and out.
Wherever it is that you can talk.
You got it. William J. Cohen, AIA. I'm with Cohen Design Build Architects. Our office is located at 5512 Merrick Road, Massapequa, and I'm a Belmore resident as well.
Go ahead.
Okay, very good, thank you so much. Subject property at 673 Bryan Lane. It is a corner property. We're right now seeking relief for a rear yard setback as well as an existing shed that's existing non-conforming. We're looking to do a maintain on that.
What is?
The setbacks,
Great mind.
No,
the shed.
structure.
We're looking for a maintain on it because it encroaches the required setback.
Oh, so that's not a non-conforming.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The existing, first of all, I have, the scope of work, by the way, is to take an existing one-car garage and convert that into living space, as well as add a new one-car garage alongside of it, attached. That garage, I'm sorry,
Conversion not before us, just for the record, right, so.
I'm sorry.
The
conversion
conversion
is not
before us.
Okay.
But since you're converting it, obviously now you need to build a new one.
Build a
That
new one is
before us.
correct. That's what's before you. I actually have signatures from the community. We have probably 20 that have seen the drawings and are in approval and in
Accept them
favor.
into evidence.
Thank you. Thank you. The purpose of the addition is Mr. and Mrs. Corolla, who are present. They have a mother who's in poor health, and they have a young daughter with some special needs, and therefore they're looking to convert the existing one-car garage into some living space so that they can properly care for them, and as well as have a small study, because they work from home, and that way they monitor the mom and their daughter. And then we're looking to add the one-car garage. As part of our due diligence, it's a corner lot, it's an oversized lot. The lot requirement in this district, which is the LPRD zone, is a 6,000 square foot requirement, and they're at 7858, so the lot is about 25% bigger than required. During our due diligence, when we first got hired as their architect, we learned from the township that this corner property, when the subdivision was originally laid out, that the house was going to be oriented 90 degrees as opposed to where it is. So actually the front yard became the side yard became the rear yard, and the rear yard became the side yard.
So you're here for, other than the shed, solely a rear yard variance, so.
Just for the rear yard variance.
Yeah. Tell us what you're supposed to maintain and what you propose.
Sure.
Numbers.
The rear yard requirement in this zone is 25-foot minimum. The existing right now is 20.2 feet, and we're seeking relief to get 11.8 feet. Predicated upon these dimensions, with the one-car garage, we are minimizing the narrowest possible width for a garage at 10 feet, encroaching in that direction.
Let me just check, so your neighbor, Mr. Cheesewright, he would be the one nearest the proposed construction, right?
The one directly adjacent to the garage.
That's Mr. Cheesewright.
Oh, right, yes, David George.
Okay. And those folks have, for the record, signed in support of the application?
Okay. And typically, if that was in fact the side yard, only a 5-foot minimum would be required in this zone, and where,
Pardon me?
if in fact that was deemed as being a side yard, the minimum would only be a 5-foot setback requirement, but because
Right,
it's
we're
being
gonna
deemed
just-
the rear yard.
It's a rear yard, let's do it as a rear yard.
Understood. I'm just,
You want to, instead of 25, you want 11 and change.
Correct.
The neighbor.
11.
the neighbor's in
obviously
approval, we have
affected-
20 signatures.
Can't both speak, because she has to take it down.
Sorry.
And I'm just trying to make the record. The neighbor most affected, the Cheesewrights, have both signed in favor of the application before the board. You want to just give us the numbers on the shed? The shed. what
Sure,
it's
as far as
supposed
the
to be?
shed is concerned, the existing shed, you're allowed to have 144 square feet, this one is 84 square feet.
Yeah, you don't need any relief for the size. so
We
just
don't need
look at
relief for the
setback.
size, the side and rear setbacks are required to be 2 foot. We're 1.3 feet on one side and 0.4 feet on the other side. So they do encroach into that 2-foot setback requirement.
Given a corner lot, it's supposed to be exactly 2, but, okay, I think we have the numbers.
Any other questions from the board? Does that conclude your
that's it.
presentation?
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
You guys have any questions? Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Everyone who signed in on the case will receive a copy of the board's
Second.
decision by mail once it's rendered. Thank you. Aye. Given that it's coming to the building season, we will decide a fair number of the cases this evening. Some cases go on reserve for additional information if we want additional inquiry, review the files. If you would like to, given that I know it's coming building season, we know, if you want to call in a day or two and see whether or not your case was decided this evening, you're welcome to do so. Give them a day or two to get their work done first. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, folks.
Okay.
Next, we have case 34724, Merrick, Harold and Eva Gribben. Special exception to maintain shed not permitted in side yard, also known as 1672 Amsterdam Avenue. Ms. Pink, I want to have you sworn in from earlier, just your name and address for the record.
Tina Pangallo, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. I'm representing Harold and Eva Gribbins of 1672 Amsterdam Avenue in Merrick. The property is located on the west side of Amsterdam Avenue, 200 feet south of Camp Avenue in Residence B. We're requesting a special exception to maintain a shed that is not permitted in the side yard. The shed does comply with all the other zoning requirements. It is 8 by 8 and less than 9 feet high with a side yard setback of 3.57. and is within the lot coverage. The shed has been there for over 47 years, and when they had it installed, they didn't know a permit was required or that you couldn't have a shed in the side yard. As far as we know, there's been no complaints from the neighbors. Mr. Gribbins did speak to several after they received the letters. No one had any objections, and we're respectfully asking the board to grant this variance.
How did your client come to know? I heard you, there were no complaints. How did your client come to know this shed needed relief?
He was filing for a fireplace in an addition for an open permit. They're getting ready to sell the house, and they wanted to get everything straightened out, and then the shed came up.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Pangala, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you want to do it or you want
She's fine. You're fine, correct? All right, so let's call the next case.
Lastly, we have case 21424 near Valley Stream, Sadak Ali. Variance exceeds number of stories, construct third story to dwelling, also known as 843 Flanders Drive.
What the hell is this? Flanders. Huh. We need this one. This is going to be a problem. Third story. Oh.
Juan Medina, engineer on record, 1936 Hempstead Turnpike, East Meadow, New York, 11554.
Sadakat Ali, owner of 843 Flanders Drive.
Sandy repair. All right. This has got to be... This could be a Sandy third. Got an open permit for Sandy repair. Sandy? South Valley Stream must be.
Good morning, Board. Yeah, like we discussed last time, the application was denied by the plan examiner because they alleged that we're building a third story on the property, the addition that we're doing. Our argument is that the first floor is a basement and that the story that we're adding is a second story. In fact, we're below the maximum height elevation for this zoning area, which is Zone B. And if we look at the building diagrams by FEMA, and if you look at diagram 2A, which I have here, even FEMA defines this floor, the first floor, which is a basement, as a basement.
Are you subject to the FEMA rules? Are you in a flood zone?
This is a flood zone.
So if that's true, we're going through the plans. On the first level, whatever we want to call that level, on that level that has a garage, there are proposed a couple bedrooms, let's see, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. If that's a FEMA level, that would not be an allowable use of that space. And so in order to say, this is a FEMA level, it's not a story, it's going to be used according to the FEMA rules because it's in below the flood zone, that would be a garage-only area and storage. There would be 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So it doesn't go both ways. You can't have both. If that's a FEMA level and you're asking us to consider the second level and the proposed third level to be really 1 and 2 with a FEMA on the bottom, this doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
In addition, I have a question on the plans. So on the plans, it shows the layout of each level. On the bottom level, it shows the 2 bedrooms, the bath, the garage, the boiler room, and the laundry area. But there's an area that's just called ground floor or something that appears to be enclosed but isn't designated as to what it is.
It's just an open space, that area.
So it's an interior open space, right?
Correct.
And it's right below the kitchen proposed on the next level up.
Correct.
Okay, so I guess before we go further, did the building department review this as a FEMA house?
They did.
So did they see plans that showed the 2 bedrooms and a bath on that bottom level?
Yeah, these were the plans that were rejected by the plan examiner.
But they were only rejected for a number of stories, right?
Correct.
They did their analysis based on these plans and said, you're in a FEMA, but this is the 3rd story. So my guess is because given that you showed livable space down there, this is a 3rd level you're talking about. If you're and you're not allowed to have a livable space down there if it's in a FEMA zone for safety reasons.
The idea was to maintain the existing use of that space. So if we look at the existing plans, there was already a bedroom there was already a bathroom, there was already a laundry room. I guess the only major difference is that there's an additional bedroom in that space.
But it's not just about grandfathering in some bedrooms or something. If this is a case of a proposed story added to a house that is being added to transition this house to a FEMA compliant house, because you're probably required to do so for both your insurance, your mortgage insurance, for your financing, and by way of the codes, state, federal, and town. If this is a house that you're proposing to put additional space on and bring into compliance with the FEMA requirements and the town, et cetera, then these plans don't work. I hate to send you through an administrative process, but this has to be either evaluated, and I think probably has to be evaluated. I doubt it would be allowed to, even if you said I don't want the 3rd level. I mean, I guess if you said you don't want the 3rd level, then you're not sufficiently changing the house such that you'd be required to bring it into compliance. The building department does that analysis. If you do more than a 50% alteration of the house, and it's a house that otherwise, if it were built today, would have to be FEMA compliant, then you're required to bring it into compliance, which would mean storage on that level. And if that's what you envision, what you would need to do is go back to the building department with a set of plans that show the first level being used as a garage, a boiler room, storage only, and this level that you want to put on the house as the second level of usable space. You would likely not come back to this board if you meet all the other requirements, because the building department would analyze it as the second story that you want it analyzed as.
I see.
But you'd have to go to them, but without this usable space in the bottom, and you'd have to be asking to bring it into full compliance, FEMA. You'd be required to.
I see. So the reason why they're considering the third floor is because this floor has bedrooms and is finished. Is that the
Because,
bottom line?
yes, that's a big part of it. But it's a little more to the picture, which is you're in a FEMA zone. What, if I were you, I would, and you're looking to put this level on it, to put some space for your family up there, to bring it into FEMA compliance for a lot of really good reasons. You're required to probably. Your mortgage insurance, your financing, everything will require in this FEMA zone for that to be that way, safer for your family. I would go back to the building department with a set of plans, and I don't think it's too much of an alteration for you to go in with a set of plans that shows the bottom level and coming to FEMA compliance being the way we described. And then my guess is it would be I don't do that, they do, but my guess is it would be analyzed then as these two usable levels being usable space. I don't know, and if what I think would happen, you probably wouldn't be back here, because I don't think, you don't need any other variances. It's simply this level you want to put on the house.
I see.
Assuming if they come into compliance with FEMA, I don't see any other variances, but again, that's their area. But that's how I think you need to go with it, because it really doesn't work this way, having it FEMA and then having bedrooms and bathrooms down.
Got it. Understood.
So let me just think, how would we just adjourn this and let them do that?
Maybe sine die?
Yeah.
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 So what we would do is we adjourn your case here, but we won't get rid of it entirely. We'll put it on a calendar of adjournments usually we give a date, without a date. And then you go do what you need to do. And if you end up back here, if somehow it works out that you wish to pursue a third story, then you come to our office, see what you need to do, if anything, to make sure the file is up to date, and ask to have it put back on the calendar. And work through the office as to if you have to do a new mailing, it all depends. And likewise, if you go to the building department and find that you want to convert bring it into FEMA compliance and see if you can have this level if you wish as of right without coming back, just let our office know, hey, not coming back, withdraw, dismiss that case.
Okay.
Okay?
Understood.
All right.
Thank you.
Good enough. Let us know either way.
Okay. Thank you.
That was the, pardon? Yeah. Well, make your first floor FEMA compliant, and then you're gonna put in the bedroom and everything else also.
Exactly.
Right after so. That concludes the morning calendar. We'll take a short break and come back and do decisions in 10 minutes. You here? All right, decisions. 3/28 of 2024, Museum of Urban Arts near Westbury. Do I have any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay. Second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions? We're going to hold 1383 until the afternoon. 3/29 of 2024 near Valley Stream, Carla Almorales and Hayden Henry. Do I have any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
We were gonna,
Hold and review that one, right? I believe Ms. Nato wanted a site plan?
Did you get it? All right, we'll hold that for the
the
PM.
site plan is.
Yeah, Dawn
is
was gonna
originally
get that.
approved.
PM,
Apparently, we looked into it and it was not on DMS or on GovGov, so we need to do a little more search.
all right, PM.
And
Three-
the site plan and the conditions
Okay.
that go with any most recent plan.
3:30 and 3:31 of 2024, Baldwin Taco Bell of America LLC. Any questions, comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion? Somebody want to make a motion? All right. Sign conditions, temporary,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? Next one, 3:30, next one is 3:32 and 33 of 2024, Taco Bell of America LLC. This one is at 1261 Tor Avenue. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move case 332 to 333, 24 Guantanamo Taco Bell of America, located at 1261 Tor Avenue, be approved as requested, temporary with sign
Sign
conditions.
conditions, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, and abstentions? Next case, 334 of 24 Oceanside, FRJ Oceanside Donuts, Inc., DBA. Donuts, that case has been adjourned to July 25th at 11 a.m.
Or was it, is it adjourned or on reserve? It's adjourned.
September
Oh,
25th.
okay, my 9 looked like a 7, sorry.
At 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
9:25 to 11
Yep.
a.m. Thank you.
Case 335 of 2024 Oceanside, Robin Abrahams. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move, Mr. Chairman, at case 335, 2024, affecting the property located at 21 Johnson Place in Oceanside, be approved as requested.
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Cases 336 and 337 of 2024 North Belmore Bear Cadet, property located at 1509 Peapon Road. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
One piece of discussion, we need to amend the caption. The case 336, 2024 is actually a request to install a shed rather than to maintain it.
Okay,
Other than that,
do you have a motion? Would
I
you like to-
move, Mr. Chairman, that case 336 and case 337, 2024, property is located at 1509 Peapon Road in North Belmore be approved as requested.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Cases 338 and 339 of 2024. David Rose, property is located at 53 Wellington Road South. This is the one pool house, and there was some discussion about the open area remaining open and never to be enclosed.
I would suggest the following conditions would accompany any grant of this size or any other, and they were agreed to by the applicant's representative, that there be no air conditioning or heating ever, basically, that there be no expansion of the bath to include anything more than what it currently has, which is the basin and the toilet, that there be no enclosure of the kitchen area or the soffit overhang that is above it, which also protrudes out a fair amount, that there be no further enclosure or expansion of any portion of the structure.
Second,
Well, wait a second, she was supposed to bring an updated search sheet.
Yeah, for the pool, right?
Yeah.
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 I'm just
The
gonna
whole,
bring
the
that.
closed down pool.
But she did have a copy of the permit,
She had a
so
copy of the
that we can
permit.
presume that it was in fact properly
Yeah, but you had
permitted.
told her to get an updated search sheet.
Yeah, Joe did.
Should bring it by the end of the day.
Okay,
Want to
so,
hold it?
or we could, if people are
Approve
inclined
it,
to approve, we can
approve it
approve it.
subject to
receipt of that.
receipt of an
How's-
updated
okay,
search
so-
sheet.
You guys control it.
I'll move then that with the conditions previously stated, the cases 338 and 339, 2024, the cases David Rose affecting the property at 53 Wellington Road South in West Hempstead be approved as requested with the agreed to conditions subject to, and the normal pool conditions, pool equipment conditions if they have some, subject to receipt of the aforementioned completed and accurate search sheet.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Next case. That's 340 of 24, West Hempstead, Tamara and Eaton Ehrenfeld. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move that case 340-2024 in West Hempstead, Ehrenfeld at 259 Windsor Lane in West Hempstead be granted as requested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Cases 341 through 343 of 2024, San Pecora, property located at 122 Hamlet Road in Levittown. Any discussion?
Just that the first case, 341, 2024, has been withdrawn. That's the application to maintain the AC unit attached to the dwelling. It was shown on the site plan in the wrong location and is actually located behind the home in an as-of-right location according to the representative. And then I would just like to say, Joanne, before we motion, that for the record, I'd like to note that while we normally frown on an 8-foot high fence, it's about 14.2 linear feet of an 8-foot fence that runs along the barbecue, and that the neighbor most affected has signed a petition or a letter in favor of this being maintained in that specific area.
So that's your motion.
No, I just wanted to put those
Well, then-
conditions.
Finish, yeah. Seriously.
I just want to put those conditions.
I know, but-
Okay, so I would move that with those conditions, cases 341 through 343, 2024, property at 122 Hamlet Road, Levittown, be approved as requested, the usual
Second.
conditions.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Yeah, I want to state that that input is only allowed is 14.2 linear feet.
Case 344 of 2024, near Valley Stream, Rajbir Kaur, 961 Fletcher Avenue. That one, is that the 3-story?
No.
Okay. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move case 344 of 2024, location of property 961 North Fletcher Avenue near Valley Stream, be granted as requested with all new construction conditions.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Cases 345 and 346, Seaford Christine Carollo, property located at 673 Bryan Lane in Seaford. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
Motion, index number 345, 346 Seaford, Christine Carollo, variance rear yard setback, construct garage, both attached to dwelling. Same conditions, 5 years?
No, can't have 5 years.
No.
It's construct an addition and a garage. Just a approval.
Sorry, granted as requested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? Case 347 of 2024. This is the shed that was allegedly there for 47 years. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I'd like, it's right in the front yard. I'd like to take a look at it.
Okay, we'll hold the case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait a minute, what do you mean it's in the front yard? It says, with less than required side and rear yard.
No, it's 347.
Oh, I apologize, Joe.
That's okay.
And this is side yard.
And
It looks horrible.
It's not forward
Well-
now, this is not front.
No, but
But it's close enough that you want to look at it.
you have a second?
Well, we're gonna hold it. Second.
Oh, Joe's gonna hold it. All right, don't worry about it. Okay. Case 214 of 2024 is adjourned sine die, and we'll see if they can do it right the third time. All right? Reserve calendar.
Okay, so, the first case, 36522 through 36822, there's still been no action. The applicant filed for sprinklers with the fire marshal. We were wondering if, we could move the calendar to the referral calendar. But this case is the referral calendar.
But my concern is that those were safety issues that we wanted addressed. When we say there's been no action, in whose court is the ball?
With the fire marshal, because they have filed with the fire marshal, so there's nothing for us to do until the sprinkler issue is dealt with.
There's no, how long is it?
So they did it, I want to say, over the winter.
Is there no way for us to like, I don't want to make more work for you guys, but like, someone make a call and say, we have this case and we see safety issues here and therefore, can you give us some idea of when we might have a word on this? Because, I mean, we get to the point where if this safety issue can't be addressed, what do? Call enforcement and close the building down or something? I mean, that's extreme, I'm not suggesting we do, but at some point, you know, what responsibility do we have that there's a safety issue we're not doing anything about?
Yeah. Good.
You know, because I'd like to know, you know, we don't know if the fire marshal has that matter sitting before it and is waiting for another document, like that sprinkler, remember there was a test they had to
What's-
run?
Going forward.
What about 503?
I think that was.
Nope, we are still waiting the
Okay.
new plans.
So hold. 122.
I actually have a little write-up for the board.
Okay,
Okay.
hold that.
Hold that.
I did do the
TM.
draft decision on 9/24. I have it in for the board to review. We have an update, next page. Yes. 79423 near Valley Stream. We received a letter from the applicant's attorney requesting that the case be put on the referral calendar. They are going to speak to their agents, their architects and whatnot, as well as the opposition to see if anything can be done to change the plans to
Is this 794 you're talking about?
794.
794. 500 Hungry Harbor Road?
Yes.
All right, so we'll put it, they requested it.
Yes.
We'll put it on the referral calendar. Okay. 788, anything on that?
Street parking, and you're saying that first of all, they want a variance, so they're proposing they have some spots. And is it?
Where?
I'm asking you, so
Yeah.
are you telling me that they're, that this, I don't remember.
They don't have
I
any
want to see the site
spots.
plan again.
All right,
No, it would be a
hold
waiver.
till the PM.
John, it would be a waiver if they had none. They're proposing to have some that don't even need
Really?
any relief.
Really?
Well, it's a variance.
Yeah, the only parking spots they have available are inside the building.
And also in the right of way.
But that would need relief if they were proposing the right of way. In other words, it would say in front, no, like, but it would say variance and off-street parking. If any of the spots they wanna, like, tell us they're gonna use, they'd say, and parking in the front yard setback. So the right-of-way ones aren't even,
Because nobody will enforce it. That's the problem. All right, we'll hold it. Next.
We have an update on cases 206 through 209.
Yep.
The applicant finally got in touch with the client, and they are working on getting the proper documentation to the building department.
Hold it.
Okay?
Next.
Cases 212 and 213 of 24, you'll remember that's the case with the Navy SEAL, and they have not been contacted.
Hold them.
The Navy SEAL.
Yeah, you would have remembered the Navy SEAL.
If we can
He didn't make an appearance. He was killing somebody somewhere else. I don't know. Or doing whatever Navy SEALs do. All right. One more, let's hold that for the PM. It's going to be an interesting PM, although it's a short calendar. 240 through 242 of 24.
Still waiting on the elevation plans.
That's just a hold. Point Lookout.
I did the draft decision. I don't know if everyone had a chance to review it.
I saw it. Anybody else look at it? Katora, did you review it?
Did you?
240 is a hold. We're on 254. It's okay.
You guys want to hold it till the end? Yeah.
I have to leave here by 3:45 at the latest. Oh, we can't put it. Okay. Was everyone okay with that decision that was drafted by council? I was. I'll make a motion. I move
250.
that, wait, do
This is the unique parcel
Yes,
where
this
there's,
Correct.
You-
It's
I
it's
read
on
that.
the dunes.
Yeah.
That's why the lot area, while it's generally
Yeah,
high.
you differentiated
for the town of
this.
Hempstead, it's a unique parcel.
and distinguish it, like even.
Yeah.
She did that.
I think I had a question.
No, she just.
Yes. Move that case 254, 2024, that we adopt the draft decision that was drafted pursuant to board's direction.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, look at. I will move, I'll make a record, that's it.
It doesn't really need to be.
Yeah, but I want to make a record of dismissing it. As it relates to case 266 of 2024, it's Vitali and Mira, Fuzaylov. The property is located at 615 Buxton Avenue in West Hempstead. based on inquiry by council and secretary to the board with the building department, pursuant to which the board has been made aware that upon re-review, Mr. Carnavale has determined that the relief sought before this board was in fact included in prior relief granted by either the board or the building department, and that the requested cellar entrance is therefore as of right at this time, and this relief sought is unnecessary. I move that we dismiss the case without prejudice, and that the counsel to the board and/or secretary of the board inform the applicants of such matter.
All in favor?
I will move, or just,
Yeah, it was just times of operation that he testified to.
do you want? Okay. Yeah. Let's back up and figure out what we want to achieve with that, because maybe there's another way to do it.
It's just to control the activity there, if there's
But
bad
we-
stuff going on.
But if we add conditions to the grant that if they violate,
With all due respect, it's in the law.
I make a motion to grant.
Just time, and that's what he testified to at the hearing. So, correct, that's what we requested, and then, we can also throw in a condition about adult supervision at all. Well, adults is 18.
I make a motion, index number 327 of 24, Clockade Amusement Corp., to grant it with conditions.
Second.
Aye.
1382 of 24.
We did receive the conditions from council. I know the board wanted to inspect. So the conditions that we received were what they testified to at the hearing, specifically with fencing, planting shrubbery. I know that some of the shrubbery was already dying, shall be maintained well. No proposed parking shall be located closer than 15 feet from the property line along Washington Avenue or located closer than 30 feet from the road line. No parking. Also no new ingress or egress curb for motor vehicles onto Washington Avenue located to the east of the parcel, onto Oceanside Road located to the west of the parcel, and onto Nassau Parkway located south of the parcel.
This is written by them.
Yes.
So she'll put another word.
Yeah, but they did send us the proposed conditions.
I'm recused, so it's okay.
Would anyone else like to inspect? I inspected.
I went past there.
I actually inspected.
I inspected it.
Look at these board members, they're on the ball.
Okay, I make a motion of 1382-24, accepted with conditions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Time we have case 1058 to 1060 was granted May 22, this is almost a year. May 22, 2019, it commenced construction, they having financial difficulties. Case number, they never do. Case number 15, Friedman was granted on 1/10/24 to secure a permit, 7/30/31 in it is. To construct, granted, and then the last case is to complete construction. It was issued, wow, 5/22, 25/22. Oh my God.
Where's that? This one's a shit
I
show.
remember that case.
Oh, Atlantic Beach?
That was the daughter and
What's the?
the